It is Tuesday, the 24th of November. It is 3 hours since sunset, and I am multitasking. Hey, folks. I hope you don't mind, but in these first 5 minutes, I'm just waiting for a video to render. I've been asked to do a little promo video for another gig that I have, another pub quiz that I run, and I'd like to get it all done now. I was hoping to get it done in the last half hour. What they wanted was they wanted a landscape and they also wanted a portrait, and I'm just waiting for the portrait one. We're at 68%. I forgot to save it to desktop, so it's saved to my videos as Project 3. I don't know what Project 1 and 2 are, honestly. How's everyone? What's going on? What's life? What is life? That's the question today. We've started big. What is life? As I recall, I think there's 7 R's for life, isn't there? Respiration, reproduction. What are the other R's for life? Can anyone remember? Tell me in the chat if you can remember if it is 7 R's that signify life and what the other ones are. Ooh, it's gone ring. Do I want to upload to YouTube? I absolutely don't. Let's see. It should be in videos. I hope this is exciting for you. Folks, what you can be doing now while I do my homework is head on over to tiny.cc/ftpubquiz2411. That's tiny.cc/ftpubquiz2411 and go sign up your team name. And I'm going to see what happened to old Project 3. Yes, it went in the right format. And that's exactly what I want. I'm just listening to myself. God, what a voice. That's marvelous. 30 seconds of pure look at that smile. Gorgeous. Who wouldn't want that? Great. Oh, I'm glad that that's done. I'm going to email it to the person I need to email it to as well. And I'm just going to change that. So, portrait, please. Bonjour, Megplant. Bonjour to you too. I hope your first week of whatever you turned was a good one. Your lack of biology and knowledge is incredibly lacking. I mean, fair enough. Who studies biology? Doctors, that's who. And doctors don't have time to do pub quizzes. I'm too busy sawing away at lungs and hammering away at livers. God's own people, doctors. Absolutely brilliant. I think, look, this is a spicy hot take, but I think doctors are great. I think that they are truly the we transfer of the professional world. And I say we transfer partly because it's a very useful service, but also because I'm sending a we transfer as I talk to you. So do go over to tiny.cc/ftpubquiz2411. I remembered to number it properly this week. I don't want to select a folder to upload. I want files. Do you get this? When you're sending a WeTransfer, do you always click folder by mistake? No, not from my. I want them from the desktop because I'm a messy computer user. There we go. That one and that one. Oh, it's less than 100 megabytes. They're going to love that. They're going to absolutely love that it's less than 100 megabytes. Already quite a few of you have signed up. Hello, Nicholas Lindhurst. Welcome back. Hello, Kurt Devonegut. Yes, good. Yes. Hello, Dark Green Avocados, who, interesting here, they've added a Y to reflect the American pronunciation of avocados. So presumably they are an American team. Hello, trying our best and happy to be here with 2 exclamation marks. Hello, Mamelukikalat. I will look up what that is. Hello, skiving office work. I hope this is better than office work. I hope it's not worse than office work. That would be awful. So I'm looking for this email, and I'm putting it in the email too. And I'm going to get that thing on WeTransfer, aren't I? Where it's going to send me a code, not like a spy code, but like a verification code. That's it. Remember the days? Do you remember back in the day when WeTransfer didn't ask you for a verification code? I mean, look, I'm old enough to remember when WeTransfer didn't ask you for a verification code, and it was all done on trust. But this is a new millennium. This is the 21st century, and there's one thing that we don't do in the 21st century, not like the old 20th century where WeTransfer was very loosey-goosey. It's trust. 12%, 16%, 24%, 28%. This is going brilliantly. Hey, folks, make sure you're signed up over at tiny.cc/2411. Thank you for your patience while I get all this done. Hannah Wallace says this is very true. One of our teammates is vet tech, but that's to do with the R's. Megpart's first week being 22. 22 is the age. Was great. You went to the farmer's market and cut your own hair. Very well done. We will get going in 22 minutes, folks, funnily enough. Is that funnily enough? Or is that just a fact? Is that just similar? I think that's just similar. I don't think that's an exciting coincidence. Maybe it is. Is it an exciting coincidence? We asked our panel. Project 3 is not saved. Do you want to save it? No, I absolutely don't. Okay. Hi, I'm here. You have my undivided attention, which you should have had from 8 minutes ago, and I apologize that these 8 minutes you've only had my divided attention. But we're all back together now. I just kicked the tripod. Let's check that the picture doesn't look too weird. No, that's fine. And I hope that we can have a good time. Do you know what I struggle with? I'll tell you what I struggle with. The thing that I struggle with is laptop placement when I'm doing, I swear, I spend not to toot my own horn, but I spend quite a bit of time setting up the wheelhouse so that it looks nice for you and all that. And I can never figure out, do I put it here? Because of course the advantage of doing it here is when I look at the question, my eye line is closer to the camera and it looks more like I'm talking to you. But also then you get this massive great ThinkPad and you don't get the benefit of my midriff. And I know that you're all here for my midriff. So I think we're going to go here today. But I'm trying to artfully place the laptop so that it fills up enough of the screen that it's sort of attractive. Do we like that? I think we like that. I like that. Normally that's not showing. I know why it's showing. This is my self-tape screen, which takes up all this space and gives me a grey background. And what I always forget to do is close those curtains, so I get a grey background with two slightly less grey patches behind it. And then I have to climb over it and close the curtains and climb back. And it's a nuisance, if I'm honest. It is a nuisance. But we don't mind nuisances. And normally I put that the other way around to mask my recycling bin. I'm showing you all the secrets today, but I didn't this time. I quite like it. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it on the basis that maybe Fovitech will sponsor this quiz. Fovitech, if you're listening, there is a pretty sweet deal to be. Why am I still wearing headphones? That was because I was doing that editing. What am I expecting to listen to? You don't talk to me. Well, you do, but none of you actually exist. You're not real. You're just letters on a screen that pop up and say messages to me. You're invented. You're one of those AI robots trying to fool me into believing that you're real, but I'm on to you. You're not real. You don't pass no Turing tests. So, where are we, robots? Hello, Spider T and Germentum Baby, brackets formerly whiskey. I like this typeface that you've chosen. Very nice. And hello, old enough to know better. We will get going in 19 minutes. 19 minutes. Anna Forsyth, hi Anna, says, hi Felix et al. I recommend this quiz to someone who loves knife coats. So maybe they'll join this week. That would be nice. Thank you for recommending it to your friend. Clue 19. Big Plant is not real. No, I'm the only real one here. You're all just figments. You're not figments of my imagination. You're figments of a programmer somewhere out there. There's banks and banks of computer programmers pretending to be. They've created avatars that are typing. Why they needed to create avatars and they couldn't just type and pretend is beyond me. But I know your game. We'll get going in 18 minutes, folks. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to head over to tiny.cc/ftpubquiz 2411 and sign up there. And I'd also like you to pay for the quiz, please. You can do that by going to ko-fi.com/Felix Trench, or just click the big click to pay button. Coffee.com/Felix Trench. The quiz costs £2 per player. Andrew Rogers asks if I'm having an existential crisis. I am not having an existential crisis, Andrew. I am perfectly secure in my existence. It's your existence that I doubt. I don't believe in you, Andrew. I don't believe in any of you, because I've never seen any of you. All I see is these four walls and some of my postcode. I saw Big Tesco today. I went to Big Tesco, which I don't normally do because, hey, there's a pandemic and big supermarkets is a bad place to be. But sometimes you've just got to buy washing up liquid. And I have to buy, because I'm on the river, I have to buy, e-cover. I mean, possibly you don't have this in other countries, but it's like the eco washing up liquid that doesn't kill the swans. I don't really know how that squares with when you then try to clear out the drains. I think you just kind of do your best, really. Meg Plant says that she wishes she was a robot. Maybe then she would be able to pass her midterms. I'm sure you'll pass your midterms anyway. Anyway, are we not all robots? Are we not all just biological robots? What's it called? The trial episode of Star Trek The Next Generation. What's it called? It'll come to me. But did that episode not teach us that ultimately we are all the same? And, every other sci-fi story since and before. No, not There Are Four Lights, and not Welcome to Farpoint. Fascinatingly well-researched torture scene with the Cardassian. No. It's season 2. Someone wants to take data back to presumably the Daystrom Institute. It's always the Daystrom Institute to study, and Picard is proving that he's a human, and then Riker has to be like the advocate for the whatchamacallit. What's the opposite of defense? Offense. No, that's in American sports. What's the word? Prosecution. It's been a day, folks. It's been an absolute day. I emptied all my water because it tasted like bleach, because I put bleach in my water thing. Jerry can, because there was algae in it. Then I put vinegar and baking soda in it because it smelled of bleach, and I think I've got that. My water no longer tastes of bleach. I am no longer drinking bleach, which I think I briefly did, and is very on brand of this year. But we're past it. It was unintentional. I was not attempting to cure anything. Oh, I was supposed to look up what that word meant. Mamelukikalot. Mamelukikalot. Your files were sent successfully. Well, of course they were. If there's one thing that I know how to do, it is to send a file on WeTransfer. That is, I would say, my top skill. Any file under 2 gigabytes, I can send it on WeTransfer, and don't you disbelieve me. Any file you send me, unless it's a virus, in which case I'll have problems. Translate.google.com. We're translating words from Finnish, because that's what we do. I've translated it into Arabic, and apparently means asmak al mamuth. Now, samak means fish, so it might be fish related. Let's try it in Dutch, see what that gives. Mamutvis. Okay, so this is definitely fish in Dutch. Let's see what Spanish gives us. Yeah, na 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 na. Pez mamut. Is pez Spanish for fish? Pesca. Pez mamut, presumably. Okay. Mammoth fish, I think we're going down. So whale, maybe. Do we think it means whale? French, poisson mammouth. Okay, so mammoth fish. What the hell is a mammoth fish? English, mammoth fish. What is a mammoth fish? I'm looking up a mammoth fish. I've got pictures of very large fish. Sure, okay. Mameluke kalat. I'm just going to Google that word, see what that comes up with. Oh, it's another Moomins reference. Okay, I see. And there's a very big fish in the Moomins called the mammoth fish. Well, we've all learned something, and well done us. Well done us for taking on the this challenge. So, folks, we'll get going in 12 minutes. 12 minutes until this show quiz, which I guess is a show, but it's a very audience participation heavy show. Begins. Make sure you're signed up at tiny.cc/ftpubquiz2411. Only 13 of you so far. That seems like a small number. But perhaps we'll have more. I don't know. Is there something big happening? What's happening, folks? Is there a big event? Is it the rugby? Well, no, the rugby's at the weekend. The rugby's at the weekend. What else could people possibly be doing? Going to look at Twitter, see if is everyone just following the Biden transition team? Is that what's happening? Or maybe people just don't quiz anymore. Fools, I call them. But for now, what I want you to do is head on over to tiny.cc/ftpubquiz2411 and coffee.com/Felix Trench. Are there some birthdays happening? Happy birthday to you all, says Hlu19. Hey, it's going to be Ryan's birthday. Happy birthday to Ryan. Andrew says that you're all just figments of my imagination, so if we're not here, we don't. That's true, actually. That's true. You are all just figments. They're not figments of my imagination. Come on. Get with the program, Andrew. You're figments of someone else's imagination. Here to trick me. Here to make me ask questions week after week. I'm on to you, whoever you are. Out there saying I'm going to make that Felix ask questions over and over and over again. But I am fighting back. I'm like Neo and Jim Carrey's character's name in that film about bloody The Truman Show. So his name is Truman. Bloody hell. Anyone else finding this? That the things you need to think about have narrowed? And so things like pop culture recall have just been put to one side for a while, and the box is a little dusty. Ryan says Sagittarius or bust. Sure. Hey, I'm a Sagittarius. Sagittarius is FTW. I assume that means for the win. I'm not sure. I think it means for the win. Could be for the wink. Sagittarius is for the wink. Meg Plant says last week being gaslit into believing dark green doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. All right, it's not a week-on-week thing, Meg. It's not. I'm not having it. There is no such color as dark green. Love of. Honestly, I don't know where you people get all this from. You need to stop reading those conspiracy tweets. Remember, if it doesn't come from a reputable news source, you throw it in the bin. If you see a tweet that doesn't come from a news source that you recognize, like the Australian Broadcasting Company, you take your computer and you throw it in a bin. That is the only way that we will fight this dissemination of disinformation. What a fabulous phrase. The dissemination of disinformation. I like that very much. I shall write to my MP and say, "Dear my MP, brackets, lab, I would like you to use the phrase, the dissemination of disinformation. I feel it would be useful to what we are all collectively trying to achieve at the moment, which is a more honest society that doesn't go pretending that dark green is a color. The love of God." 7 minutes till we start, folks. 7 minutes. Head over to ko-fi.com/Felix Trench. £2 per player, please. And head to tiny.cc/ftpubquiz2411 to sign up. Hello, the Knuckleheads. Welcome back. Anna Forsyth says this is like that short film, The Voerman Problem, where Belgium doesn't exist. Yeah, the short film with Martin Freeman and someone else, I can't remember. It is based on a segment of the book Number 9 Dream by David Mitchell, the author, not the comedian. Hey, if you've ever thought, I want to get into David Mitchell, author of Cloud Atlas, start with Number 9 Dream. It's a very David Mitchell-y book, which is kind of hard to describe, but he does this thing where he writes in lots of different genres, and it's great. But it's also a really fun book, and there's a really nice segment of it in which they make Belgium disappear. It's hilarious. Andrew Rogers says there are no reputable news sources. There are. I've just given you one. The Australian Broadcasting Company, the only reputable news source. I don't know where you get your news, Andrew. We're going to get going in 6 minutes, folks. For 6 minutes, which is halfway between 5 and 6 minutes. 5 minutes and a half. Let's call it 5 then. Let's round that bugger to 5 minutes. For now, I want you to go to ko-fi.com/Felix Trench and drop the money in the basket. Looks like we've got another team coming. I can see a team. Hello, the dissemination of misinformation. Thank you for joining us. And we will get going in 5 minutes. What's going on? Tom Hollander is in it. I love Tom Hollander. Is Rev coming back? Rev was a good sitcom. I think we need more series of Rev. That's my 2021 wish. Another 6 episodes of Rev. We'll get going at past, everyone. For now, head on over to ko-fi.com/Felix Trench, drop a couple of quid in the jar, and make sure you're signed up at tiny.cc/ftpubquiz2411. FT, that's me, Felix Trench, 2411. It is the 24th of November. Which is fun. Which is, it's definitely a thing. Hello, the Jolly Ollies. Welcome. I see you there choosing a colour. Very exciting. I'm going to keep watching you. Okay, you've chosen you've gone for a sort of pink color. Very nice. Very nice. Ram Mogro says that he's found at least 2 instances of ABC acknowledging dark green. Look, every organization has a large number of employees, and we've got to work on averages here. You can't expect the whole employee body to be entirely up on what's true and what's a conspiracy theory. Dark green is a conspiracy theory, and we are here to fight conspiracy theories. It is not a color. End of. Hannah Wallace says, "Happy Thanksgiving week to the Americans," as do I. That's happening on Thursday. I have been reliably informed. I hope that in this difficult time, you are able to celebrate in an entertaining way and in a festive and safe way, all of you. Yeah. 3 minutes till we start, folks. 3 minutes until this quiz begins. For now, make sure you are signed up over at turning.cc/ftpubquiz 2411. And drop a couple of quid in the jar at go-free.com/FelixTrench. I bought a leg of lamb today. That was a thing. And I bought some sardines. I had a lot of fun going to the big supermarket. You get to buy other things than you normally would when you go to the big supermarket that you've been avoiding because of this pandemic, and so you don't go to the big supermarket because you're terrified of supermarkets. You only go to the small supermarket that doesn't have fresh Cornish sardines. I had fresh Cornish sardines for lunch, and they were bloody nice. Tell you what else I got. New potatoes. And that doesn't sound very exciting. But my corner shop does not have new potatoes. In fact, my corner shop, not my corner shop, my corner supermarket, my little supermarket is rubbish. It has, right, so this is the fish it has, right? It's got salmon. It's got uncooked peeled prawns. It's got smoked haddock. It's got smoked salmon. And then like various breaded things. It doesn't, and sea bass fillets for some reason. It doesn't have a plain white fish. I guess sea bass fillets is like a plain white, but it doesn't like, I know like cod is obviously difficult to get, but come out at the minute because it's endangered and all that. But pollock doesn't have pollock. Oh, is Colin the same as pollock? I don't know. Or mackerel. But what it does have has an entire aisle dedicated to crisps. That corner supermarket, little supermarket, needs to get its priorities in order, because I went looking for the ingredients of a fish soup and I came away disappointed. I ended up doing it with prawns, and I had a tin of smoked oysters. I'm really into tins of smoked oysters. You can usually get them in big supermarkets. Good source of zinc. So I put that in. Hello, trying this cell as my last team name disappeared. And that, my friends, my dear old friends, is 7:30. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the quiz. Catherine Adams says that smoked oysters on saltine crackers are tasty. I don't know what a saltine cracker is, but they certainly are very nice on a Jacob's cream cracker or a Carr's water biscuit with maybe a twist of pepper or a little Tabasco sauce on top. It's a sort of an indulgent midday snack I quite like. A bit of smoked oyster. What I want you to have is some way of writing answers, so pen and paper. I know that some of you have dedicated notepads, which is very exciting to me, or a text document, a .txt, or a messenger window, or whatever. Rules are: Rule 1, there will be no more than 6 players to a team. Rule 2 is no cheating. do not look things up on the internet. And rule 3 is I'm always right. I am always right. There will be no back chat. Here are the questions for the quiz of the 24th of November. I nearly did the music from Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, but then I remembered that's copyrighted and YouTube might take me down. I don't think they would, but maybe. Here we go. Question 1. 2 rounds of 20 questions plus the picture round. Question 1. Which clothing shop's full name is Hennes and Mauritz? Which clothing shop's full name is Hennes and Mauritz? Hennes, Hennes, Mauritz, Mauritz. This is a Swedish clothing chain. Question 1. Which clothing shop's full name is Hennes and Mauritz? That is your first question. Question 2 now. Question 2 is science. This is science of light. Does ultraviolet light have longer or shorter wavelengths than visible light? Struggled there on the word light. Really missed the landing on that one. He'll have to make it up at the next event. Does ultraviolet light have longer or shorter wavelengths than visible light? Just write the word longer or shorter. Flip a coin if you don't know. Quick game of noughts and crosses. Quick duel. Does ultraviolet light have longer or shorter wavelengths than visible light? I will repeat all of these again at the end of this quiz. First round, in fact. Question 3 now. Question 3 is television. This is television. In season 4 of The Crown, who does Tobias Menzies play? I don't know if it's pronounced Menzies or Menzies, but it's spelled Menzies. In season 4 of The Crown, who does Tobias Menzies play? Menzies. If someone knows that it is pronounced Mingus, like Mingus Campbell, the old Lib Dem politician, then do tell me. In season 4 of The Crown, who does Tobias Menzies play? Five and a half out of 10 for that landing. Yeah, no, absolutely fair enough, mate. Question 4. This is question 4. It's geography. It's capital cities. Pristina, Pristina, is the capital city of what country? Question 4. Pristina is the capital city of what country? That is question 4. I've got a request from Anne Weaver to say hello to her mother, Linda. Hello, Linda. I hope you're having a lovely day. Right now, I'm asking you, Linda. Pristina is the capital of what country? Question 5 now. Question 5 is music. This is music. I'm going to throw some names at you. They are Damon Albarn, Graham Coxon, Alex James, and Dave Rowntree together form what band? Damon Albarn, Graham Coxon, Alex James, and Dave Rowntree together form what band? That is question 5. What band is formed by Damon Albarn, Alex James, Graham Coxon, and Dave Rowntree? Linda has no idea what country Pristina is the capital of. Fair enough. It's not the easiest capital city question. Certainly not really a round one question. I don't know what I was thinking. That's a firm round twoer. But I like to keep you on your toes. Speaking of which, please stand on your toes, all of you. I want you answering this quiz on your toes. Question 6. Question 6. If that's feasible for you. I'm going to sit on my toes, by which I mean I'm going to sit normally, but just have my toes touch the floor. See how long I keep this up. This is film. In what year was Ghostbusters released? Question 6. In what year was Ghostbusters, the first one, released? That is question 6. Question 6. In what year was Ghostbusters released? This is uncomfortable, this toes business. I don't like this at all. No, this is awful. I'm very against. Je suis contre. Question 6. In what year was Ghostbusters released? Question 7 is politics. This is politics of Italy. Does Italy have a president, a prime minister, or both? Question 7. Does Italy have a president, a prime minister, or both? Rachel Lloyd tells us that her toes never touch the floor. That is, of course, because Rachel Lloyd walks on her ankles wherever possible. It's a preference. Just like the heel. Walks on her heels, but with the toes pointed up. I wonder if that would have an advantage. Is there any way that that has an advantage? Makes you quite springy, but then toes make you springy as well. I think possibly if you walked backwards, that would be an advantage. Or if you needed to dig into the ground, maybe if you walked in very soft earth, that would work. That would be good. Does Italy have a president, a prime minister, or both? Folks, I want you to spend this week trying to walk on all different parts of your foot and let me know which bit is what the results are. What bits are useful to others? Question 8 now. Question 8 is languages. Languages. The language is Serbian. Serbian is an official language in how many countries? Question 8. Serbian is an official language in how many countries? Question 8. Serbian is an official language in how many countries, please? Question 8. Serbian is an official language in how many countries? Question 9 is sport. It's sport. That sport is football. The Bundesliga is the top German men's football league. What's the name of the women's German football league? The women's equivalent of the Bundesliga. The Bundesliga, Bundesliga, is the top men's football league in Germany. But what is the name of the women's top football league in Germany? That's question 9. Lee asks if the water's off because the table keeps shaking. Now, the secret about the table does not have 4 legs. The table has 1 leg. And I rotate the table like this. Normally, I have it the other way around. So if I do this, the table moves around. It's also very easy to remove because there's not a lot of space in here. So when I host a ball and all the marina comes round for my event, then I take the table away. The string quartet goes there, and most of the dancing happens up and down in here. Do one at a time. Question 10. Question 10 is golf. This is golf. Which of the following words is not a nickname for a golf score? Robin, eagle, albatross, or condor? Which of those is not a nickname for a golf score? Robin, eagle, albatross, or condor? That's question 10. One of those is not a nickname for a golf score. Robin, eagle, albatross, or condor? Pick one. Pick one, pass it on. Don't pass it on. Question 11 is history. This is history. In what year was the French Revolution? Oh, we don't do dates very often, do we? Not very keen on dates-based history. I think it's the worst kind of history. History is wars and dates. The problem is that wars and dates history is very easy to ask questions about, whereas social history, which was the kind of thing that I studied, that's a little harder. But in what year was the French Revolution? Is question 11. Make me upset that you've never been invited to the Felix Bowl. Listen, it's a small boat. I've got a whole marina that I have to invite. They'd all be very put out if they didn't get an invite to the event of the season. When I finally charter a boat in international waters, you can all come to the ball. I warn you, I wear a very large gown. You will have to match me. Question 11. In what year was the French Revolution? Question 12 is your alcohol question. This is alcohol. Your alcohol is beer. On a can of Foster's, what colour is the F in the logo? So on a can of Foster's, you've got the logo, which has an F in it, and then underneath it says Foster's. I'm not counting that bit. I mean in the actual logo, because it changes otherwise. On a can of Foster's Pale Ale, what colour is the F in the logo? Andrew Rogers tells us that landing on the ball of your feet or toes will be the most efficient for walking because you're then not spending any time putting the rest of your foot down before stepping off again. You make a very good point. I'd say too much time in this society is wasted on heels, on this whole heel toe nonsense. No. Toe, 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 toe. And we'll get places faster and we'll all just be happier. Question 12, on a can of Foster's, what colour is the F in the logo? Question 13. Question 13 is brands, car brands. The Kona, Kona, is a car made by which manufacturer? Question 13. The Kona, Kona, is a car made by which manufacturer? That's question 13. The Kona. It's fun to say, Kona. Say it with me. On 3. 3, 2, 1. Kona. That wasn't on 3. It was counting backwards from 3, wasn't it? I'm sorry, I'll do it properly. 1, 2, 3. Kona. It's okay to say. It's not like Cymru. That's great to say. Cymru is the greatest country name in its own language that there is. Bar none. I love it. Question 13. The Kona is a car by which manufacturer? Question 14 is words. This is words. I'm just going to give you a word and you give me the definition. Define the word hap. H-A-P. Question 14. Define the word hap. Question 14 is the 14th question of the quiz. That's the cold open of this quiz. Question 14 is the 14th question of this quiz. Welcome to the quiz. But I'm asking you to define the word hap. It is a three-letter word, H-A-P. I am saying P for Peter. Or Patricia. Question 15. Question 15 is money. Money. Lovely money. The Japanese yen is the official currency of how many countries? Question 15. The Japanese yen is the official currency of how many countries? It's at least one. Question 15. The Japanese yen is the official currency of how many countries? 5 questions left in this first round, folks. 5 questions left. Question 16 is your London question. I like to ask you questions about where I am. This is your London question. The collegiate... I'll start again. The Collegiate Church of St. Peter at Westminster is better known as what? I am saying the Collegiate, as in like a college, Church of St. Peter at Westminster is better known as what? Question 16. The Collegiate Church of St. Peter at Westminster is better known as what? Not to brag, but I've been inside. That's not a brag. That is a common thing. The Collegiate Church of St. Peter at Westminster is better known as what? Question 17 is food. My favorite subject. Food. The invention of which dish, which is sometimes referred to as the British national dish, is credited to Bangladeshi migrants in the 1960s. The invention of which dish, sometimes called the British national dish, is credited to Bangladeshi migrants to the UK in the 1960s. That's question 17. We're looking for a dish. An absolute dish. Question 17. The invention of which dish, sometimes called the British national dish, is credited to Bangladeshi migrants in the 70s. Kimberly points out that there are a lot of numbers today, and she's absolutely right. Here's question 18. It's literature. How many books are there in the Narnia series? How many books are there in the Narnia series of books? Question 18. How many books are there in the Narnia series? Question 18. Two questions left, everyone. 2 questions left in this first round. Here's question 19. Question 19 is history of the Looney Tunes. Looney Tunes. Looney Tunes. Which character is older? Bugs Bunny Daffy Duck or Roadrunner? So which character was created first, I suppose? Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck or Roadrunner? Which one's older? Question 19. Which character is older, Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck or Roadrunner? And your final question in this first round is your current affairs question. Question 20, as I like to call it. Question 20. It's also an art question. A Banksy mural in Nottingham has been sadly defaced. The defacing of it took the form of stealing what item? So a Banksy mural in Nottingham has been absolutely ruined. The people who ruined it stole what item? How did I write this? A Banksy mural in Nottingham has been defaced after what was stolen? It's question 20. New Banksy mural popped up in Nottingham in October. Something has been stolen. It's question 20. And that is all the questions in the first round. Here's what I'm going to do, everyone. I'm going to go through them again, but I'm going to go through them faster. Then we'll do the answers to round 1, and then we'll have a little break. Question 1. Question 1. Which clothing shop's full name is Hennes and Mauritz? Question 2. Does ultraviolet light have longer or shorter wavelengths than visible light? Question 3. In season 4 of The Crown, who does Tobias Menzies play? Question 4. Pristina is the capital city of what country? Question 5. Damon Albarn, Graham Coxon, Alex James and Dave Rowntree together form what band? Question 6. In what year was Ghostbusters released? Question 7. Does Italy have a president, a prime minister, or both? Question 8. Serbian is an official language in how many countries? Question 9. The top football league in German men's football is the Bundesliga, but what is the name of the top women's football league in German football? Question 10. Which of the following is not a nickname of a golf score? A robin, an eagle, an albatross, or a condor? Question 11. In what year was the French Revolution? Question 12. On a can of Foster's, what colour is the F in the logo? Question 13. The Kona is a car by which manufacturer? Question 14. Define the word hap. Question 15. The Japanese yen is the official currency of how many countries? Question 16. The Collegiate Church of St. Peter at Westminster that's a mouthful, is better known as what? Question 17. The invention of which popular dish, which is sometimes called the British national dish, is attributed to Bangladeshi migrants in the 1960s. Question 18. How many books are there in the Narnia series? Question 19. Which character is older, Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, or Roadrunner? And question 20. A Banksy mural in Nottingham was defaced this week when what was stolen? You have got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down! Pens down! I want to pick up my pens. I've got pens on the floor. I don't like that there's pens on the floor. It's upsetting. There's one. I'll send this somewhere. I don't like this at all. Falling. Pens down, pick up your marking pens. Here come the answers to round 1. Question 1. Which clothing shop's full name is Hennes and Mauritz? That is, of course, H&M. H&M. Question 2. Does ultraviolet light have longer or shorter wavelengths than visible light? It is shorter. shorter. Question 3. In season 4 of The Crown, Tobias Menzies plays Prince Philip. Prince Philip. Question 4. Pristina, Linda, if you're listening, is the capital of Kosovo. Kosovo. Question 5. This quiz recognizes Kosovo. It's official. Question 5. Damon Albarn, Graham Cox, and Alex James and Dave Rowntree together form Blur. Blur. Question 6. Ghostbusters was released in 1984. Question 7. Italy has a president and a prime minister. It's both. Question 8. Serbian is an official language in 3 countries: Serbia, Bosnia-Herzegovina, and Montenegro. 3. Question 9. The Bundesliga is the top German men's football team. The women's football team is very simple. It's called Frauen-Bundesliga. Frauen-Bundesliga. Question 10. The one that is not a golf score is a robin. The first one, robin. An eagle is 2 under. Albatross is 3 under. And a condor is theoretically a hole-in-one. Robin. Question 11. The French Revolution was in 1789. Question 12. On a can of Foster's, the F is red. It's in a yellow O. Red. Question 13. The Kona is a car by Hyundai. Hyundai. Question 14. Hap, as in mayhap, happen, happenstance, all of those sort of words. It means luck or chance or fortune. Anything like that. I can't think of another synonym, but you know what I mean. Felicity would work. Question 15. The Japanese yen is the official currency of one country. That country is Japan. It's used in a couple of other countries, but it is the official currency of one. Question 16. The Collegiate Church of St. Peter at Westminster. It's Westminster Abbey. Westminster Abbey. I tell you what, one of the best sort of theatrical experiences I've ever had was in Westminster Abbey. They do every year this thing called Globe at the Abbey, where they do bits of Shakespeare plays in the Abbey, and I had a friend who was doing that, so I went along to see him, and one of the other players was Mark Rylance, so it was very exciting, and you could get this up close and personal experience with Mark Rylance doing Shakespeare. It's wonderful. Westminster Abbey. Question 17. The invention of which dish? The dish that I was after was chicken tikka masala. Chicken tikka masala. Question 18. There are 7 books in the Narnia series. 7. Question 19. The older one of those Looney Tune characters is Daffy Duck. Daffy Duck, invented a couple of years before Bugs Bunny, as was Elmer Fudd, actually. Bugs Bunny became an antagonist to Elmer Fudd, although there was a previous character called Egghead who sort of morphed into Elmer Fudd, and it's fascinating. The history of Elmer Fudd is very contested. And then Roadrunner was in another generation in the 50s. And question 20, the Banksy mural, they stole a bicycle. What it was it was a bicycle frame, and then there was a picture of a girl using one of the tires that was missing as a necklace or a hula hoop or something. Can't remember. They took the bicycle. Let me go through those all again a bit faster, and you go put your scores in the sign-up sheet, please. Question 1, H&M. Question 2, Shorter. Question 3, Prince Philip. Question 4, Kosovo. Question 5, Blur. Question 6, 1984. Question 7, both. Question 8, question 8, 3. Question 9, Frauen-Bundesliga. Question 10, Robin. Question 11, 1789. Question 12, Red. Question 13, Hyundai. Question 14, Luck. Question 15, 1. Question 16, Westminster Abbey. Question 17, Chicken Tikka Masala. Question 18, 7. Question 19, Daffy Duck. And question 20, Bicycle. Let's see how you did after that. Already straight in there at the top. 17 points for Nicholas Lyndhurst, a score shared by Trying Our Best and Happy to Be Here. Always very good, those two teams. This week, no exception, but 18 for the Devon team, Kurt de Vonnegut. A beautiful score there. 15 for La Traviata and 15 for Mamelukikalot. Mammoth Fish from the Moomins. 14 for Skiving Office Work, 10 for Sweet Sweet Human Contact, 9 for Old Enough to Know Better, 10 for the Friends Made... Oh, hello, the Friends Made Along the Way. Welcome. 14 for the Jolly Ollies, 10 for the Knuckleheads, 12 for Spider T and Joe Mentum Baby. And Trying This Cell, as my last team name disappeared, might be having trouble. Lou 19, are you having trouble putting your score in? Let me know what it is in the chat if you are. But unless Trying This Cell, 12 points for Trying This Cell. I'll put that in. So that means that the team to beat after round 1, very well done to Kurt de Vonnegut. Very, very nice. Folks, I have given you a picture sheet. It is available at tiny.cc/ftpictureround2411 or by clicking click to pick on the sign-up sheet. What you've got this week is 10 postcards, each one from a different decade, from the 1920s to the 2010s. Assign the decade to the postcard. It's as simple as that. 10 postcards from the 1920s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, and 2010s. Assign the decade to the postcard, and that is your picture round. We are going to take a 10-minute break. Go get yourselves refreshments. I'm going to go drink a bit more bleachy water. Don't drink bleach. This quiz does not endorse that. And I will see you back here at 12 minutes past 8. Don't forget to go to co-free.com/FelixTrench. See you in a bit. But you will
Felix Stretch. Welcome to the pub quiz. Felix Stretch. Pub quiz. Teaching yourself. Pub quiz. We've got massive prizes. Pub quiz. Metaphorical prizes. Felix Stretch. Welcome to the pub quiz. You're all alone. Pub quiz. We're all stuck at home. Pub quiz. Come escape from the news. Pub quiz. Drink all that you will do. Pub quiz. But not in a pub. Pub quiz. Unless you live in a pub. Felix Stretch. Welcome to the pub quiz. Good for the health. Pub quiz. Teaching yourself. Pub quiz. We've got massive prizes. Pub quiz. Metaphorical prizes. Felix Stretch. Welcome to the pub quiz. You're all alone. Pub quiz. We're all stuck at home. Pub quiz. Come escape from the news. Pub quiz. Drink all that you will do. Pub quiz. But not in a pub. Pub quiz. Unless you live in a pub. Felix Stretch. Welcome to the pub quiz. Good for health. Pub quiz. Teaching yourself. Pub quiz. We've got massive prizes. Pub quiz. Metaphorical prizes. Felix Stretch. Welcome to the pub quiz. You're all alone. Pub quiz. We're all stuck at home. Pub quiz. Come escape from the news. Pub quiz. Drink all that you will lose. Pub quiz. But not in a pub. Pub quiz. Unless you live in a pub. Felix Stretch.
We'll pick up again in 3 minutes. I am going to have a pear. I'll tell you one thing this pear is not. Ripe. My plant is calling this Felix Stretch pear ASMR. Why does it highlight my name like that? Is that essentially, have you atted me? We'll get going in 1 minute. It's not highlight on Meg's. I reckon what that's doing is it's highlighting it for me so that I, a successful YouTuber with 5,000 followers, can quickly see my name. I reckon that's what's happening. Anna's got an important question for you all in the chat, folks. Oh no, it's 12 past. And I've only eaten half this pear. All right, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back. This is round 2. Round 2 is now in session. Round 2 is now in session. We start with question 21. Question 21 of this, the fun round. Question 21 is the maths question. This is your maths question. It's division this week. What is 800 divided by 75? What is 800 divided by 75? 800, 800 over 75, please. Off you go. I should have had a square of chocolate. They're quicker to eat. But the energy does not unlock slowly. Don't know what that means. Question 21, what's 800 over 75? Question 22 is geography. This is geography. The northernmost point of Africa is in what country? Question 22. The northernmost point of Africa is in what country? Question 23 is animals. Animals. Quite excited about animals as a category. I think that's got legs. I think we'll be seeing more of animals. How many species of rhinoceros are there? Question 23. How many species of rhinoceros are there? So many animals, right? I mean, I could spin off and do fish. But I think there's only so many questions you can be reasonably asked about fish. Is this a fish? Question 23. How many species of rhinoceros are there? Question 24 is music. This is music. Which singer-songwriter's debut 2019 album was titled Divinely Uninspired to a Hellish Extent? Which singer-songwriter's debut album last year was titled Divinely Uninspired to a Hellish Extent? That's question 24. Andrew asks whether it'll be on the fish in my local supermarket stocks. It will. So pay attention. Take notes, folks. I will be asking you all about what happens at my little supermarket, fish-wise. They've got a little more fish in the frozen section. I mean, it's all breaded. But the problem is I don't own a freezer. Question 24. Which singer-songwriter's debut album in 2019 was called Divinely Uninspired to a Hellish Extent? Question 25 is film. This is film. Your film is Titanic. Topical. Who wrote the screenplay to Titanic? Every morning I go out to the front of my boat with my coffee and I go, and I spill coffee all in the river. Who wrote the screenplay to Titanic? Question 26. Question 26 is games. This is games. The card game Patience is also known as what? I'd say at this point in the English language you could probably say more commonly known, but I think that's a little iffy. So I'm going to stick with also. Question 26. The card game Patience, also known as what? Excuse me. I am looking for the English name, but if you give me a local, for instance, Finnish translation or Canadian translation, that's fine. Card game Patience is also known as what? Question 27. Question 27 is languages. Languages of Scotland. How many languages does the Scottish government officially recognise as languages of Scotland? Question 27. How many languages does the Scottish government officially recognise as languages of Scotland? That's question 27. How many languages does the Scottish government officially recognise as languages of Scotland? Question 28 is sport. This is sport. The sport is car racing. Only 2 Formula One champions are also the sons of Formula One champions. Tell me the name of either of them. Only 2 Formula One champions are also the sons of Formula One champions. Tell me the name of either of them for the point. That's question 28. Question 28. Tell me either of the F1 champions who is also a son of an F1 champion. Question 29 is musical instruments. This is musical instruments. I think I'm sort of exhausting instruments, aren't I? Maybe animals is going to replace instruments. How many octaves are there on a standard modern piano? It's our first piano question. In all these months, I've never asked a piano question. Isn't that extraordinary? How many octaves are there on a standard modern piano? That's question 29. Question 30 is art. This is art. Which American painter had a drip period, DRIP, between 1947 and 1950, which produced his most famous works? Which American painter had a drip period between 1947 and 1950, which produced his most famous works? That's question 30. Which American painter had a drip period between 47 and 50. Question 31. The category I've got here is mad scientists, which I'm not sure is a go. I don't think there's a huge amount. It doesn't have legs. Which film from 2002 takes inspiration from The Island of Dr. Moreau by casting Steve Buscemi as a scientist creating hybrid animals on an island? Which film from 2002 casts Steve Buscemi as a scientist creating animal hybrids on an island? In a nod to The Island of Dr. Moreau. Looking for the name of a film from 2002. That's question 31. Question 31. Which film from 2002 cast Steve Buscemi as a Dr. Moreau clone? Hey, this is our 20th YouTube quiz, which I think makes it our 39th quiz overall, something like that. Well done us. Good work, everyone. Very good work. Pat yourselves on the back. You have done so much good trivia work. I'm very proud of all of you. Question 32. Question 32 is television. The sitcom 30 Rock first launched when who was President of the United States? Question 32. 30 Rock launched when who was US President? Hello19 says, have we now done as many on YouTube as Insta and Twitter? We've gone past Insta and Twitter. I think we did 19 on Insta and Twitter. In those long forgotten halcyon summer days of poor internet connection and screaming at the screen. Back then, of course, I sat there. I'll show you where I sat. Oh, I shouldn't do this, but I'm going to. I sat there. That was your view. Much less nice. The reason I shouldn't do this is because it messes up my nice framing. There we are. Sitcom 30 Rock launched while who was US President? Question 33. Question 33. The lyrics to what song were written by the lawyer Frederick Weatherly to the Irish ballad Londonderry Air? I'm saying Londonderry as in the longer name of Derry, Air, A-I-R. The lyrics to what song were written by the lawyer Frederick Weatherly to the tune of the Irish ballad Londonderry Air? That's question 33. Question 33, we're looking for a song. The lyrics are written to the tune of Londonderry Air. Which we'll all be listening to afterwards. Tell you what, that is going to be the theme of the rest of our days. By days, I mean our day, but plural. I'm certainly putting it on, and I invite you to join me, but not now, because that'd be cheating. Question 34 is literature. Literature. I know, right? Bit early for literature question. Lord Ruthven, Ruthven, is a fictional character and a monster. What kind of monster is Lord Ruthven? Lord Ruthven is a fictional character and a monster. What kind of monster is Lord Ruthven? Eileen asks if I'd say hi to Steve and Charlotte. Hello, Steve and Charlotte. They had to take a hiatus because of school. Well, of course. School is much more important. School is where you go and learn all the things that you can then use in real life situations, like quiz. Lord Ruthven is a fictional character and a monster. What kind of monster is he? Question 35. Question 35. In what year did the band Coldplay release the song Clocks? Take that, YouTube. Please don't cancel me. In what year did Coldplay release the song Clocks? Clocks always makes me think of BBC idents. Five questions left, everyone. 5 questions left. Question 36 is your Canadian question. Question 36. Leonard Cohen was born in what Canadian city? Question 36. Leonard Cohen is born in which Canadian city? Question 36. Name a city in Canada. Specifically one where Leonard Cohen was born. Imagine if the question was just name a city in Canada. Maybe I'll kick off next week with that. Question 1. Name a city in Canada. What city am I thinking of? Oh, we might do that. That would be fun. Question 37. Question 37 is dictionaries. Dictionaries. I'm trying out some categories, folks. They won't all survive. The film The Professor and the Madman details the surprising story behind the creation of which dictionary? The film The Professor and the Madman details the story behind the creation of which dictionary? It's question 37. The film The Professor and the Madman details the creation of which dictionary? Question 38. Question 38 is literature again, but at a more usual place in the quiz. Literature. What is Eleanor and Marianne's surname in Sense and Sensibility? Question 38. What is Eleanor and Marianne's surname in the book Sense and Sensibility? That's question 38, and we have 2 questions left, folks. 2 questions left. What's Eleanor and Marianne's surname in Sense and Sensibility? Question 38. Question 39 is music, specifically opera. Who wrote the 1875 opera Carmen? Who wrote Carmen? Question 39. Who wrote Carmen? Question 39. Who wrote the opera Carmen? C-A-R-M-E-N. And question 40. Question 40 is your current affairs question. Current affairs. It was reported next this week that a new X Factor style talent show has launched in China called Dimension Nova. but there's something unusual about the contestants. What is it? Question 40. What is unusual about the contestants in the Chinese talent show Dimension Nova? Folks, Naomi Grabber tells me that the Carmen question is more complicated than I think it is. So, that's a shame. Let's look that up. Why is that more complicated? Presumably the question that you're after is the Chinese talent show. Ah. I am not looking for the name of the writer of the libretto. I am not looking for the name of the novella on which Carmen is based. I am looking for the name of the composer in Carmen. Apparently, it's a weird question. Well, I'm going to stick with this answer. So the question is, question 39, who do I think wrote the opera Carmen? And that is all your questions. Question 40, what's weird about the contestants in Dimension Nova? So, folks, here we go. Same procedure. I'm going to go through all those questions again, but I'm going to go through them a bit faster. Here they are. Question 21, what's 800 divided by 75? Question 22, the northernmost point of Africa is in what country? Question 23, how many species of rhinoceros are there? Question 24, which singer-songwriter's debut album in 2019 was called Divinely Uninspired to a Hellish End? Extent, not end, extent. Question 25, who wrote Titanic? Question 26, the card game Patience is also known as what? Question 27, how many languages does the Scottish Government recognise as languages of Scotland? Question 28, only 2 Formula 1 champions are also sons of Formula 1 champions. Tell me the name of either of them. Question 29, how many octaves on a standard modern piano? Question 30, which American painter had a drip period between 1947 and 1950? Question 31, which film from 2002 takes inspiration from the island of Dr. Moreau in casting Steve Buscemi as a scientist who creates animal hybrids on an island? Question 32, 30 Rock launched while who was US president? 33, the lyrics to what song were written by the lawyer Frederick Weatherly to the tune of the Irish ballad Londonderry Air? Question 34, Lord Ruthven is a fictional character and monster. What kind of monster is he? Question 35, in what year did Coldplay release Clocks? Question 36, Leonard Cohen was born in which Canadian city? Question 37, the Professor and the Madman details the story behind the creation of which dictionary? Question 38, what is Eleanor and Marianne's surname in Sense and Sensibility? Question 39, who do I believe wrote the opera Carmen? I'm looking for a composer name. And question 40, on the new Chinese talent show Dimension Nova, what is unusual about the contestants? Naomi's going to give us an explanation later. Yes, please do. I look forward to that. You have got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down! Pens down. Pick up your marking pens. Here come the answers to round 2. Excuse me. Pair repeating on me. Question 21. 800 divided by 75 is 10.6 recurring. I will accept 10.67. 10.6 recurring. Question 22. The northernmost point of Africa is in Tunisia. Tunisia. Question 23. Species of rhinoceros. White, which is actually grey. Black, which is actually grey. Indian. Javan. Sumatran. There are 5. 5. Question 24. Divinely uninspired to a hellish extent, the debut album by Lewis Capaldi. Lewis Capaldi. Question 25. We all know that Titanic was directed by James Cameron. It was also written by James Cameron. James Cameron. Question 26. Patience, also known as solitaire. And I would argue these days better known as solitaire because of, Windows 95, basically. Question 27. The Scottish government recognises English, Scots, Gaelic, and BSL. 4. English, Scots, Gaelic, and BSL. Question 28. You could have had Damon Hill or Nico Rosberg. Damon Hill or Nico Rosberg would get you the point. Question 29. On a standard modern piano, there are 7 octaves. 7. You can have bigger ones, you can have smaller ones, but generally they are solved with 7. 88 keys. I don't know if that includes black keys. It must do. I don't know. Question 30. The American painter with the drip period, that's Jackson Pollock. We haven't had a Jackson Pollock question yet. Extraordinary. Jackson Pollock. Question 31. The film I was looking for is Spy Kids 2, The Island of Lost Dreams. I will accept Spy Kids 2. I will not accept Spy Kids, for it is the sequel, Spy Kids 2. Question 32. 30 Rock launched under the dying years of the Bush administration. Bush. 2006, I think. Question 33. London Derriere was given new lyrics by Fred Weatherly and became Danny Boy. Danny Boy. Question 34. Lord Ruthven turns up in an early 19th century novel called The Vampire, spelt with a Y, and is a prototype for Dracula. He's a vampire. Question 35. Coldplay released Clocks. There are 2 possible answers here. The question is more complicated than you think. There's 2 possible answers. You get the point for either. It's 2002 in the US and 2003 in the UK. Either of those. 2002 or 2003 will get you the point. Question 36. Leonard Cohen was born in Montreal. Montreal. Question 37. The Professor and the Madman is the story behind the creation of the Oxford English Dictionary. It has Mel Gibson and Sean Penn, I think. The OED. Question 38. Eleanor and Marianne's surname is Dashwood. Dashwood. Question 39. I think the composer of Carmen is Bizet. I'm going to carry on with the final question, but Naomi, please tell us the fuller story behind that. But Bizet was the answer I was after. And question 40. The thing about the talent show Dimension Nova all of the contestants are virtual. They are all virtual characters. I went and I watched the first episode is on YouTube, and it's it's a talent show. It's very silly, but it's kind of fascinating to see that happening. I recommend it. If only to go, this is incredible. Banger movie, apparently. Okay. Oh, Who19 asks whether I'd accept 10 2/3. Yeah, that works. Yeah, you can have that. All right, folks. I'm going to go through all of those again. Question 1, 10.6 recurring. Question 2, Tunisia. Question 3, 5. Question 4, Lewis Capaldi. Question 5, James Cameron. Question 6, Solitaire. Question 7, 4. Question 8, Damon Hill or Nico Rosberg. Question 9, 7. Question 10, Jackson Pollock. Question 11, Spy Kids 2. Question 12, Bush. Question 13, Danny Boy. Question 14, Vampire. Question 15, 2002 or 2003. Question Oh, sorry, I'm saying 15, 16. Question 36. It's not the first one. Montreal. Question 37, the OED. Question 38, Dashwood. Question 39, Bizet. And question 40, they're all virtual. Like you guys. Naomi is going to tell us all about Carmen. Meanwhile, I'm going to tell you how you did in that round. So 16 points there for Nicholas Lyndhurst, bringing you up to 33. 14 for Kurt Vonnegut, bringing you up to 32. So those two teams now have swapped around with Nicholas Lyndhurst back in front. 14 for the Dark Green Avocados, that's 27. 14 for Trying Our Best, bringing them up to 31. Is anyone else above 30? I don't think so. 19 for the Friends We Made Along the Way. 23 for Trying This Cell. 25. Okay, so the teams who are out in front are Nicholas Lyndhurst, Kurt Vonnegut, and Trying Our Best, and happy to be here with who else could win? Dark Green Avocados are in with a shout. Mamelouk Kalat are just about in a shout. Sorry, Mamelouk Kalat are just about there, but you'd need some pretty extraordinary stuff to happen. Spider T and Joe Mentum Baby also in with a shout. Jolly Ali's just about. What's happening with Bizet? Bizet died, so they got his friend Gior to compose the recitatives. Don't know what a recitative. So either Bizet or Gior. Fascinating. If you put Gior, you can have that. All right, folks. I gave you 10 postcards for the picture round. Let me just pull those up so that I can see them. FT picture round 24th of November. There it is. I've got habanero in my head now. I think I was told once that it was my grandfather's favourite tune. Which, sure. So, 10 postcards, 10 decades, from the 1920s to the 2010s. You tell me which postcard goes where. Picture 1, greetings from Dallat or Dalhart, I don't know, in Texas. I love this picture of Texas, proudly showing an oil field. I think that dates it a little. That is the 1940s, that first one. Picture 1 is the 1940s. Picture 2 there, showing all the wonders of traveling on Amtrak, the American train company. I did that once, and it was wonderful. Such good trains. They're very slow, but they're really solid and fun. That's from the 1970s. I think possibly the fashions would give that away. Picture 2, the 1970s. Those things dangling from the ceiling, what are they? Picture 3, 2 Parisian balloon sellers. I love that picture. 2 Parisian balloon sellers in the 1930s. The 1930s. Picture 4, well, it's a picture of Gandhi, but it's a modern postcard. That is from the 2010s. That's the most recent one, 2010s. Picture 5, the matinee idol of modern times himself, Leo DiCaprio. There in a picture from the 1990s. That postcard sent in the 1990s. Picture 6. Quite difficult to find modern postcards online because no one cares. But there is such a thing as collectible airline postcards, and that's one. That's from the 2000s. Picture 6 is from the noughties. Picture 7, incredible psychedelic pictures of London there with the statue of Churchill in the mid-distance. I don't know who the person is at the beginning, then Big Ben at the end. That is the 1980s. That's the 80s. Doesn't it look straight out of the 1984 Apple advert? The 80s. Picture, what are we on? 8. Picture 8. Postcard. It says 50. It's the 1950s. I assume that means 2nd of February 1950. That's 1950s. Postcard there being sent to Pretoria. Picture 9. Those soldiers are from the 1920s, the 20s, which leaves picture 10, that picture of New York City from the 1960s. The 60s. Let me go through all of those again for you. You put your scores in. Picture 1, the 40s. Picture 2, the 70s. Picture 3, the 30s. Picture 4, the 2010s. Picture 5, the 90s. Picture 6, the 2000s. Picture 7, the 1980s. Picture 8, the 1950s. Picture 9, the 1920s. And picture 10, the 1960s. How'd you do on that? Kurt Vonnegut straight in with 8 points. That is going to be difficult to beat. They brings them up to 40. Nicholas Lyndhurst, not so strong on that one. 4 points only, taking them up to 37. So Kurt Vonnegut pull back out ahead. This has been exciting, guys. The rivalry between Kurt Vonnegut and Nicholas Lyndhurst and trying our best. Trying our best. Get 6 points in that, pretty respectable, but it only brings them up to 37, same as Nicholas Lyndhurst. So that puts them in 2nd place. In 3rd place, we then go to Spider T and Joe Menton Baby, who are on 33 points with a very respectable 6 in that round. But hey, 8 points in that round for the Jolly Ollies, which brings them up to 33 as well. But our winners tonight, it's the Devon team. Congratulations, Devon team, with your fabulous name, Kurt Vonnegut. I would have given you best team name, but you won, so you don't get that. 40 points. That is very well played. Everyone say well done to the Devon team. And I am going to give best team name to the Jolly Ollies. Congratulations, Jolly Ollies. You win best team name. Hey, thanks, everyone. This has been the quiz. Don't forget to head on over to co-feed.com/FelixStretch and drop £2 per player in the jar. Big round of applause to all of you. I'll be back next week on the 1st of December. Which will be the 10th month that we have played this quiz in. Now, a little bit of admin, folks. I'm going to be taking time off from mid-December to mid-January. So I think I'm doing the 1st and the 8th, and then I stop, and then I pick up again in mid-Jan. So we've still got a couple of quizzes. But just so you know, I'll be taking a month off. So I'll see you all next week on the 1st of December. Thank you all very much for playing. Have a lovely night.